The story begins with a man named Wesley. He is setting up dangerous traps all around his house for protection. He has installed cameras in every corner of the property. He has even covered the roof with barbed wire so nobody can break in. As he works, Wesley clearly looks scared and constantly on alert. But suddenly he hears gunshots coming from a neighboring house. The moment he hears them, he runs in that direction. There, he finds a man named Cody, openly practicing with his gun. Seeing this, Wesley angrily yells at him. He tells him to stop shooting so carelessly because there are children on the street. But Cody brushes off his warning. He says he's only preparing for the terrifying night they will soon have to face. Wesley already knows there's no point arguing with Cody, so he quietly returns to his work. After finishing everything, he goes back inside the house. As soon as he enters, he clearly tells his brother's wife that the entire house is now fully secured. Then he reminds her of all the survival rules once again. Don't open the door for anyone, don't make any noise, don't draw attention to yourself. He also tells her that if she ever has to fire a gun to protect herself or Emma, she shouldn't hesitate for a second, no matter who is standing in front of her. After that, the whole family stands in front of a photograph. The picture belongs to Lucy's husband, who is no longer alive. But this wasn't just a simple death. It was part of a horrifying past. The year before, a mysterious and dangerous supermoon had appeared in the sky. It brought devastation across the entire world. Anyone exposed to its rays began suffering horrifying mutations. Before long, people started transforming into terrifying and savage creatures. Unfortunately, Lucy's husband was one of them. That night, he became a monster. But the most terrifying part was that the same nightmare was about to return. After extensive research and investigation, scientists issued a warning that shocked the entire world. According to them, another supermoon would soon appear in the sky, and when it arrived, the deadly wave of mutations could begin all over again. That was why people everywhere were living under a constant shadow of fear. One of those scientists was Wesley, the main character of this story. After saying goodbye to his niece Emma and her mother Lucy, he leaves the house. Today, he has to attend an important press conference with the rest of his scientific team. But the moment he reaches the streets, the city's terrifying atmosphere becomes obvious. Chaos is everywhere. Panicked people are running in every direction. Everyone wants to reach a safe place before the supermoon arrives. But Wesley ignores the panic around him and continues straight toward the press conference. Sometime later, he arrives at the conference hall. Media organizations from around the world and several high-ranking officials are already there. At that moment, the team's leader, Dr. Roman, introduces Wesley to the press. He explains that Wesley is the leader of the Global Rapid Response Team. After that, he introduces the other members of the team as well. Among them, Ivan is the second in command, while Amy is the chief behavioral expert. Dr. Roman then explains to everyone that the supermoon's light rapidly triggers mutations in human DNA. In other words, the moment a person is exposed to the moonlight, their body slowly begins transforming into a savage creature. He goes on to say that tonight, the CDC team will attempt to find a way to stop this mutation. According to him, scientists have developed a special liquid called moonscreen. They believe this liquid can act as a protective barrier between the moonlight and human DNA. Before ending the conference, Dr. Roman gives a strict warning. Once night falls, nobody should make the mistake of leaving their homes. Meanwhile, back at Lucy's house, her neighbor Reagan knocks on the door. She has come to leave some candy for Emma, hoping it will help her feel better during such a frightening and stressful time. Lucy appreciates the gesture and gives Reagan some important supplies that might be useful tonight. She also tells her to stay careful. Fear is clearly visible on both of their faces because they know exactly how dangerous things could become after dark. At the same time, inside the research facility, scientists and military personnel are busy making final preparations. A group of volunteers is brought in as test subjects. The scientists plan to expose them to moonlight tonight to determine whether the serum they created can actually stop the mutation process. If the experiment succeeds, it could lead to a permanent cure for this horrifying condition. One of the test subjects is Miles, the husband of scientist Amy. Before the test begins, Miles is secured with heavy iron chains and locked inside a massive steel cage. That way, if he transforms into a mutant, he won't be able to hurt anyone. As the sun slowly disappears behind the horizon, the entire world enters the countdown to the terrifying night ahead. Meanwhile, Wesley and the rest of his team put on special protective suits designed to shield them from the supermoon's dangerous light. After that, they head to the area where all the test subjects are being held. Besides Miles, there is one woman and two other men. The scientists then place special drops of the moonscreen serum into each volunteer's eyes. Afterward, they spray the same serum over their entire bodies so the supermoon's dangerous light cannot reach their DNA. Now the entire research center waits for the supermoon to reveal its full effect. A few moments later, the roof of the testing chamber slowly begins to open. The enormous supermoon appears in the sky, glowing brightly above them. At that moment, everyone present holds their breath. The tension is overwhelming. But even after several seconds pass, none of the volunteers transform into mutants. Seeing this, the scientists are thrilled. It looks like the serum has actually worked. After that, the entire team becomes excited and begins preparing for the next phase of the experiment. Wesley and Dr. Roman carefully examine the test subjects' blood samples. During the analysis, they discover that the mutation is actually actually a type of immunological defense response triggered by the supermoon's light. But the most surprising question is why this reaction had never appeared before last year. Just then, they noticed changes beginning inside Miles's body. His transformation starts accelerating. The scientists are shocked. This can only mean one thing. The moonscreen serum remains effective for only 60 minutes. At the same time, the other test subjects also begin transforming into mutants. Realizing the situation is getting out of control, Amy immediately orders the roof to be closed. Amid the chaos, Ivan activates the serum machine and tries to spray Miles again. But the now mutated Miles reaches through the bars of his cage. He grabs the machine and violently shoves it away. The machine crashes into nearby equipment, causing a massive short circuit. The entire lab's power system begins malfunctioning. As a result, the roof cannot fully close. Now the supermoon's deadly light pours directly into the facility. Within seconds, all of the test subjects transform into terrifying savage beasts. At the same time, machines begin exploding all around them. The research center quickly descends into complete chaos. Most of the scientists start running for their lives. During the panic, a powerful explosion tears open Dr. Roman's protective suit. His body is suddenly exposed to the moonlight. Slowly, his DNA begins reacting as well. Seeing this, Wesley grabs him and tries to hold him down. Meanwhile, Ivan rushes away to find a tranquilizer, but it is already too late. In the next moment, Dr. Roman completely transforms into a vicious werewolf. His massive body, covered in thick fur, rips through the remains of his suit. Before anyone can react, the savage creature attacks Ivan with its razor-sharp claws. Ivan is slashed badly and collapses to the ground, covered in blood. A terrified scientist fires his weapon. The gunshots cause the mutated Dr. Roman to flee, but those bullets also damage several nearby cages. The cages break open. Now the other werewolves are free as well. They immediately attack the armed scientists. Within moments, the entire research center echoes with screams and gunfire. Meanwhile, Amy and Wesley struggle to support the badly wounded Ivan. They carry him through the infirmary and eventually reach a secure room. Once inside, they desperately try to treat his injuries, but Ivan has already lost too much blood. His condition worsens with every passing second. Wesley and Amy do everything they can to save him, but the wounds are far too severe. A short time later, Ivan dies from his injuries. The loss of their teammate leaves both of them devastated. Surrounded by chaos and death, they have no idea what to do next. Then Amy speaks in a frightened voice and says, Amy says they should lock themselves inside the room and wait for help to arrive, but Wesley sadly tells her the harsh truth. The rest of the staff has already evacuated the facility. There is nobody left to help them. If they want to survive, they will have to find a way out on their own. Meanwhile, back in the city, Lucy is inside her house with Emma. Suddenly, the lights in the surrounding homes begin flickering. Both Lucy and Cody immediately become alert. At the same time, Reagan is inside her own house talking to her mother on the phone, but no one answers on the other end. Then, suddenly, a massive and terrifying figure appears in the darkness behind her. Slowly, it starts moving toward her. Back at Lucy's house, she checks the security cameras. That's when she spots another savage creature sprinting down the street. The beast quickly climbs a tree outside the house. Cody notices it too. He immediately starts firing at it through his window, but every shot misses. A moment later, the werewolf smashes through the window of his house. As a result, the supermoon's light begins pouring directly inside. The instant the moonlight touches Cody, his DNA starts reacting. Little by little, he begins mutating as well. Meanwhile, inside the facility, Amy and Wesley carefully move through the halls, trying to stay out of the werewolf's sight. Eventually, they reach the armory. There, they collect heavy weapons and extra ammunition. After that, they place fresh moonscreen drops into their eyes and spray the serum onto every exposed part of their bodies. Then they set 60-minute timers on their watches. They now know that the serum only works for 1 hour. Before the time runs out, they must apply a fresh dose. Otherwise, they will be vulnerable to the supermoon's effects. Wesley then makes Amy promise something. If either one of them starts mutating, the other must shoot without hesitation, no matter what. After making their preparations, they leave the armory. But suddenly, they come face to face with Miles. He is now fully transformed into a savage beast. The moment Amy sees him, she fires at a nearby light bulb. The bulb explodes. Bright electrical sparks burst everywhere. The sparks briefly distract Miles. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Amy and Wesley run. A short time later, they reach Wesley's car and quickly drive away. On the road, Wesley calls Lucy. When she answers, she tells him about all the horrifying things she has been seeing on the security cameras. Then, all of a sudden, Reagan arrives outside the house. Crying desperately, she begs Lucy to open the door. Lucy wants to help her, but Wesley repeatedly warns her that opening the door could be extremely dangerous. Just then, Lucy watches through the camera as a werewolf suddenly attacks Reagan. Within seconds, it kills her. Hearing this over the phone distracts Wesley. His car crashes directly into a bus. The impact is so violent that the call immediately disconnects. As Lucy continues watching the cameras, she realizes something shocking. The werewolf that attacked Reagan is actually Cody. He has completely mutated. Now he repeatedly slams his body against the fence, trying to trigger the electric trap surrounding the property. Seeing this, Lucy immediately activates the pepper spray defense system. The pepper spray forces Cody to step back for a while. Meanwhile, the fire inside the car starts spreading rapidly. Seeing this, Amy and Wesley somehow manage to escape. Now they have no choice but to continue on foot, so they move forward carefully, hiding wherever they can. But suddenly, they see several werewolves on the street, destroying parked cars. Seeing this, both of them freeze for a moment and hold their breath. Then they quietly try to move past them while hiding behind the parked vehicles. But suddenly, more werewolves appear from the other side. Now the situation has become impossible. Amy and Wesley are completely surrounded by the terrifying beasts. To save their lives, they quickly hide underneath a car. The werewolves continue destroying everything around them. One of the beasts even starts sniffing near their hiding place, but luckily, it fails to find them. After some time, all the werewolves leave the area. As soon as Amy and Wesley realize the path is clear, they slowly crawl out from under the car, but suddenly, their watches start beeping. The alarm reminds them that they need to use the moonscreen serum again. However, in the silence of the night, the alarm sound echoes loudly. The moment the werewolves hear it, they become alert again. Within seconds, they start running toward Amy and Wesley. The two are forced to run again to save their lives. They sprint with all their strength. But then, Amy notices a market gate that is slowly closing. Seeing this, both of them run toward it. Just before the gate completely shuts, they slide underneath and manage to get inside. Once inside, they come face to face with a young boy. Without saying a word, he signals them to follow him. With no other option, Amy and Wesley follow the boy. As they move deeper inside, they discover many frightened people hiding behind the different shops in the market. They are all trying to survive the terrifying chaos spreading outside. Then Wesley realizes something. This market is connected to underground tunnels. Using these tunnels, they can safely cross the city. But suddenly, someone places a blade against Amy's neck. It turns out some of the people living there are suspicious of them. They do not trust outsiders easily. To calm the situation, Wesley is forced to explain that he only wants to reach his family. After hearing this, the mysterious group agrees to guide them toward the tunnel entrance. A short while later, Amy and Wesley successfully cross through the tunnel, but just as they are about to open the exit gate, a terrifying werewolf suddenly attacks them from behind. Seeing the creature, both of them try to shoot it, but the beast throws them to the ground and starts tossing Wesley around. Then Wesley notices an iron pipe nearby. Without wasting a second, he grabs it and uses all his strength to stab the werewolf. The pipe pierces through the creature's body. The werewolf coughs up blood and dies on the spot. After that, both of them somehow continue moving forward, but they desperately need to apply the moonscreen serum again. So when they try to use it, they discover something terrible. The serum has become extremely overheated. Because of this, its effectiveness is almost gone. Seeing this, their worry increases. Without the serum, surviving under the moonlight is impossible. Then they notice an open shop nearby. They quickly cover their bodies with a tarp and rush inside. After that, Wesley immediately places the moonscreen serum inside a refrigerator so it can cool down and start working again. Suddenly, Wesley hears a strange sound coming from inside the shop. Hearing this, he slowly moves toward the noise. There, he discovers a horrifying sight. A small child who has partially transformed into a mutant is sitting on the ground, tearing apart and eating a cat. The child then starts moving toward Wesley. Seeing this, Wesley cannot bring himself to shoot the child. At that moment, Amy uses her taser and knocks the creature unconscious. Meanwhile, in the city, the werewolves destroy half of the cameras installed around Lucy's house. After that, they begin slamming their massive bodies against the fence. This repeatedly activates the electric traps, causing the entire house's lights to malfunction. Now the security system of Lucy's house is almost completely destroyed. Only the barricades placed on the doors are stopping the monsters from entering all at once. Some werewolves get caught in the traps, but the others continue trying to break through the doors and windows. As the danger increases, Lucy and Emma spread emergency lights throughout the house and prepare themselves for the attack. Suddenly, Lucy hears heavy footsteps coming from the roof. Hearing this, she quickly runs from one room to another and starts firing at the ceiling to stop the werewolves from breaking inside. For a while, her plan works, but soon, her ammunition begins running out. Meanwhile, Amy and Wesley use the cooled moonscreen serum again and step back onto the streets. There, they see a group of armed people fighting against the werewolves. They are equipped with heavy weapons and are working together perfectly. Seeing them, Amy and Wesley try to ask for help, but the group refuses to help them. An argument starts between them. Suddenly, a werewolf attacks from behind and kills one of the men. Seeing this, his teammate panics and starts firing wildly. Amy and Wesley immediately hide behind a car. During the chaos, another beast grabs a man and tears apart his face. Seeing this, Amy realizes something. The werewolves are trying to surround them from every direction, so she creates a dangerous plan. She decides to become the distraction herself. Her goal is to draw the werewolves' attention toward her, so Wesley can get a chance to attack. The moment Wesley hears this, he refuses to let her go. He knows that doing this is almost like choosing death, but Amy refuses to change her mind. According to her, if they do nothing now, neither of them will survive. With no other choice, Wesley finally agrees. Amy steps out from their hiding place and starts shouting loudly to attract the werewolves. A massive werewolf approaches her, but surprisingly, it does not attack immediately. Instead, it just stands there and stares at Amy for a few moments, almost as if it is trying to understand her. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Wesley climbs onto a truck and starts firing continuously at the creatures. After taking multiple bullets, the giant werewolf finally falls and dies. Seeing this, the remaining beasts become frightened and run away. Wesley quickly gets into the truck, starts the engine, and tells Amy to get inside. But just as Amy begins moving toward him, a massive furry hand suddenly emerges from the darkness. It grabs her and pulls her away. Before Wesley can do anything, Amy disappears into the darkness. Seeing this, Wesley is devastated, but he has no time to search for her. So, Wesley takes the truck and drives away from there. Meanwhile, Lucy continues firing at the ceiling while telling Emma to stay hidden, but after shooting continuously, she runs out of bullets. With no other choice, Lucy grabs a knife for herself and gives Emma a bear deterrent spray. Just then, a werewolf breaks through the wooden boards covering the window and enters the house. Seeing this, Lucy and Emma quickly run and hide inside the bedroom. The werewolf starts searching for them using its powerful sense of smell. It gets closer and is almost about to find them, but suddenly, a loud horn sound comes from outside. The person honking the horn is none other than Wesley. He has arrived at their house in the truck. He then drives the truck straight toward the 4 werewolves standing on the street. One by one, he runs them over, but suddenly, the last beast jumps onto the truck. To stop it, Wesley crashes the truck directly into Cody's garage. Inside the bedroom, Lucy and Emma think the danger is finally over, but suddenly, a werewolf breaks through the wall and enters the room. Terrified, both of them try to escape. Lucy pushes Emma inside a closet and hides behind the door with her knife. The werewolf reaches Emma first. It breaks open the closet door. At that moment, Emma sprays the creature directly in its face. The beast is forced to step back for a few moments. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Lucy quickly grabs an axe lying nearby. With all her strength, she attacks the werewolf and kills it. A few seconds later, Wesley enters the house. Seeing his family safe, he finally breathes a sigh of relief. But suddenly, they hear a terrifying growl coming from the garage. The situation becomes even worse. They are completely out of bullets, and there are only 15 minutes left until sunrise. Surviving against that deadly beast until then seems almost impossible. Then Wesley realizes there is only one option left, a dangerous sacrifice. He looks at his family one last time. With a heavy heart, he says goodbye. Then he gives Lucy his watch. The watch has a 15-minute alarm set on it. After that, Wesley walks outside alone to protect his family. Outside, Cody's werewolf form is waiting for him. Wesley slowly raises his face and looks directly at the supermoon. Within moments, his body begins mutating as well. Soon, Cody and Wesley, both transformed into werewolves, attack each other. But even after transforming, Wesley's military training is still clearly visible. With just a few moves, he manages to overpower Cody. Then, using his massive claws, he tears Cody's head away from his body. Inside the house, Lucy watches everything through the broken holes in the walls. She understands that mutated Wesley could enter the house at any moment, so she immediately hides Emma inside a cabinet to keep her daughter safe. Then Lucy notices one final bullet lying on the ground. With shaking hands, she loads her gun. Fear is clearly visible in her eyes, but she still prepares herself to stop Wesley. She begins reminding him about his family. She hopes that maybe the human side inside him is still alive, but her words have no effect on Wesley. The next moment, Wesley lets out a powerful roar and breaks through the sealed back door, entering the house. Lucy then shows him a picture of his brother, but even that does not stop him. Lucy is forced to aim her gun at him. Just as she is about to fire, Wesley's watch suddenly starts ringing. Hearing the alarm, Lucy immediately shoots the window. The morning sunlight begins shining inside. A few seconds later, when Lucy looks up, she sees that Wesley has transformed back into a human. And with that, the story comes to an